Now this was an exciting find for me in 2024 because it's very different to the other books I've shown you on botanical art, because this is Botanical Sketchbooks, an artist's guide to plant studies by Lucy T. Smith. It was published by the Crowood Press. It's a paperback with 176 pages. Now, unfortunately, it did get a little bit bent up in the post, but that is a shame. But I just thought, never mind, I'll just keep the book. It's actually for myself. So we're going to have a look inside. It's one of those books I would love to have as a hardback book, but it's still perfect as a softback or paperback. So we have here the introduction, materials, methods and techniques, flowers, fruits, pods, cones and seeds, succulents, cacti and other pot plants, working in the field, capturing trees throughout the seasons, scientific botanical sketchbook, and how sketchbook studies inform the finished work. And then we have the index. So we first of all have an introduction, and as always it's a good idea to read the introduction. Now some of the illustrations are actually just in black and white. Now my lights may bleach some of them out a bit, but when you've actually got the book in front of you they're quite easy to see. So we start off with materials and different types of sketchbook. Paper. And we've even got making your own sketchbook here. And then we have the drawing materials. We've even got how to sharpen your pencil. And something I like here, it tells you about the proportional dividers and how to use them for getting the scale of your plants right. We've got the artist's little pocket travel kit. We've even got a little microscope here, stereo microscope, all sorts of extras that you might not think about. We've got pins, blue tack tapes, a plant dissecting kit. So if you have never studied plants, you may not have just dissected any flowers before. So it's got everything you need to know there. Then we move on to methods and techniques. Light sources, different styles of drawing. And then we've got perspectives, and we've got general, working from general to detail. Capturing colour. We've got these boxes here with some other information and techniques. We've got pen and ink here. Understanding plant structure. We've got drawing from photos, getting started, what to put on the page. We move on to chapter 3, which is flowers. We've got these beautiful studies here. Capturing flower colour. We have a project there. We have another project, jade vine flowers. And we have a third project here, some beautiful colours. It's so wonderful to actually see the sketchbooks and to see what the artist puts down in the sketchbook. Now we have starting your flower sketchbook. And then we have chapter 4, fruits, pods, cones and seeds, telling the story. More projects. The book stays open by itself, so it's very easy to work from. Beautiful pen and ink drawings here. And we move on to the succulents. Some more projects. And working in the field, which is something you may not have done before. We've got all the equipment you need. We have some more projects. The smallest water lily there. Wildflowers in Sydney. So we've got these beautiful studies here. This is really lovely. I love seeing inside other people's sketchbooks. Now this is something else I absolutely love, capturing trees throughout the seasons. So we have an oak tree, and we've got different seasons and how things alter, the different colours that you'll see throughout the seasons. We have another project. And then we have the Scientific Botanical Sketchbook. What to include, your research. This book really makes me want to work in my sketchbook and have a special sketchbook just for botanical studies. I mean, I do have sketchbooks with flowers in, but this is so beautiful to see the amount of detail. And then we have how sketchbook studies inform the finished work. So working in your sketchbook is very important. It really helps you with your finished artwork. We have more projects. I hope you can see some of these pencil drawings here because they really are beautiful, very delicate, very fine work. Lovely colour. And we're nearly at the end. And we have here the final words. Now I always tell you to read the introduction, but I think with this book it's really important as well to read the final words, because we've got every picture tells a story, focus and connection with nature, stops, starts, successes and failures, nurturing creativity, and starting your botanical sketchbook. This lovely illustration. So we then got the index and the back cover. So I think this is wonderful. It's really encouraging me to really have a dedicated sketchbook for some botanical studies, and I think that it's going to guide you. It's always really helpful when you're starting out with a sketchbook and botanical studies. You don't know where to begin, and so it's like anything new, you need a guide, and to me, Lucy is a brilliant guide. I absolutely love seeing her pictures and seeing inside this book. I think that the projects are really, really helpful. Now, I think as well, this is probably better for someone with a little bit of drawing experience. It could be quite daunting for someone who's very new to drawing and botanical drawing. But again, if you have the enthusiasm and the willing to learn, then you can still use this book. And I think if you've been drawing botanical pictures for a little while and you're really struggling, again, this would be such a wonderful book to actually guide you. So that's Botanical Sketchbooks. I hope it will encourage you to start a botanical sketchbook. It's certainly made me get my sketchbooks out and start thinking about all the flowers that are going to bloom this year through the different seasons, and how I can capture them in my sketchbook and use that information for finished drawings at a later date.